What's going on, everybody? Deathwing here. I'm here with a discussion for you guys, and in this video I'm gonna talk about whether pudding is evil or whether she is good. So there are many theories regarding pudding, that whether or not she will join Straw Hats or whether she is allied with Capone and will help to fight Big Mom. But other than that, we're gonna discuss in this video that what are her main motives, what is that she is really willing to do in the future of this arc. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So Pudding is the 35th daughter of Big Mom, three-eyed raised bread, and Sanji's fiancée. She is gonna get married to Sanji in just next chapter, and what apparently we are aware of that she is willing to kill Sanji as well as all of the Vinsmokes. According to me, this is very unlikely that she is just gonna straight away kill Sanji and all the Vinsmokes without even hesitating. Let's discuss whether she is good or bad. Well, there are two types of people in the community. One of which believes that Pudding is totally bad and is totally loyal to Big Mom, and the other people think that she is good and she is gonna help Straw Hats in some way to take down Big Mom and to help Sanji to get out of the Whole Cake Island. So here are both of the cases. What are the points that make the readers think that whether she is evil or she is good, and what are the points which contradicts the fact. So let's get into the first case, which is Pudding is bad and is totally loyal towards Big Mom. The events that are in the support of this idea is she knew the plan totally and she intended to kill the Vinsmoke. Well, she still intends to kill the Vinsmokes, and she is the one who brought Straw Hats to the Whole Cake Island. And another point in support of this idea is she deceived Sanji and shot Reiju in her leg. And Sanji heard everything that she is planning or she is thinking or whatever. And she also told Luffy that she is gonna kill Sanji and that she was lying all along. So she just straight away told Luffy that, you know what, I'm just lying to all of you and I'm gonna betray all of you and I'm gonna kill Sanji and all of that stuff. Well, that was just too straight away, but I don't know that what the correct meaning of that is. And her being bad also partially explains that why she has to re-edit the memories of the people in the wedding. And this would be because after the plan of executing Vinsmokes is done with, she has to edit the memories of the wedding guests so that the wedding guests cannot go out and say that Big Mom is evil and she just do all those stuff with whoever gets involved with her family or whatever. So that's the thing that supports this idea. And she also explains her inner emotions that she really wanna kill Sanji, and this happened in chapter 861, the latest chapter, where we see the panel with both sides of Pudding, the fake side, the caring side, and the bad side. And the bad side says that I just wanna kill him right away, and this fact also explains that why she talks evil when revealing her third eye. So these are the numerous facts that are in support that Pudding is bad and is loyal towards Big Mom. And the thoughts that are in opposition of this idea is Lola's flashback and Pudding's motives. We saw that Pudding was on the balcony thinking about Lola and thinking about what she's gonna do. And this is what makes me believe that what the truth really is. What is the deal with Lola? Why does she respected Lola that much? And she also disobeyed the choice of dress that Big Mom chose. And also in chapter 834, she doesn't explain that why she has to fulfill some kind of commitment. And if she has to be bad and if she is loyal towards Big Mom, what would be the consequences? Well, Big Mom will get her hands on the German army and Vinsmokes might be killed in action, but Straw Hats will somehow escape. So this is the main thing that might happen if Pudding is just straight away bad. And Pudding will remain to be Big Mom's favorite as usual, and Big Mom might let Pudding to set free and search the husband of her choice or whatever as a reward or something. And most people believe in this idea that Pudding is bad. And in my opinion, probably Oda purposely wants the readers to go into this direction. The narration of Pudding being evil is just so simple and straightforward, but Oda likes to make twists and turns and to mindfuck the readers. So this was the first case where Pudding can be just straight away evil, and now we get to the second case, that why Pudding is good, hates Big Mom, and she might like Sanji and also wants to save Straw Hats from Big Mom and anything along those lines. So the events that are in support of this speculation is Pudding supposedly wanted to bring Sanji to Whole Cake Island coast as she promised, but she was being watched by Tamago for her choosing the wedding dress. And in Lola's flashback, if you remember, Lola said that Big Mom won't do anything bad to her family. But even after having intents to kill Lola, she even hurt her twin Chiffon too. So that might have affected Pudding to some degree. And Pudding also disobeyed Big Mom and didn't wear the dress of Big Mom's choice. According to Big Mom, Pudding was supposed to wear the dress that had veil on it. But since it isn't there, let us assume that she didn't bother to listen to Big Mom's orders. And Pudding also probably knows that Sanji listened to the conversation between her and Reiju. And this would be due to the 3 reasons. One of those 3 possible reasons is the door, homie, that Sanji tried to enter from might have told Pudding about Sanji's sneaking into the balcony. And the second thought is Pudding is a high member of Big Mom's pirate and she is Big Mom's favorite. So it's just absolute that she might be possessing observation haki. So what if Pudding saw and sensed Sanji's presence and would have willingly let him know that what's gonna happen or something? And finally, the bouquet that Sanji was intending to give it to Pudding, he just dropped it in the balcony and Pudding just might have seen it lying on the ground. So these are the 3 possible reasons why I believe that Pudding is aware that Sanji overheard the conversation between Reiju and Pudding. And she also didn't tell Big Mom about telling the plan to Luffy and Nami. Well, she kept it a secret. And Rabian and Nitro are probably Pudding's watchers according to me, and Pudding pretends to be evil in front of them. And we also know that Pudding shed tears, and according to Sanji, a woman's tears never lie. And these are some events that why Pudding can be good or can be in opposition of Big Mom, but these are the couple of facts that are in opposition of this thought. If she really is good, then why does she have to shoot Reiju? And this would be probably to make Sanji leave Whole Cake Island due to the fear of Big Mom or whatever. And also in chapter 828, the panel might be on your screen now, the scene in which Pudding described Sanji on Coco Island and said that he wanted to marry her but can't because of his crew. But in chapter 845 we saw that Pudding says to Sanji that she has just met him. So it could also mean that she had just met Sanji for the first time. So then why Pudding has to say in chapter 828 that she has already met Sanji? Well, I think that we will get the actual reasoning for this in the near future. And there is another point that I want to point out. There are many scenes where Pudding's behavior is contradicting, whether it is good or bad. But my personal thoughts are that even if she is acting like she is bad, she is doing it for doing something good ultimately. According to me, her thoughts can be interpreted as bad as well as good. So the first thing is Pudding worries that Brook is captured by Big Mom. And the bad interpretation of it would be, it's good that Brook is captured, now the plan won't be disrupted. And the good interpretation of this would be, it's glad to hear that he is in Big Mom's hand. Now he isn't at the risk of his life. So you can see that how these 2 statements are different but also the same. And in another scene where Pudding is annoyed by the marriage, she says that she doesn't want any blood on her dress and she has to edit the memories of people to remain as a good girl. So the bad interpretation of this would be, she wants to edit the guest's memory because she don't want to let the world know about Pudding killing Vinsmokes or something. And the good interpretation of it would be, she wants to betray Big Mom and then edit memories of Big Mom's pirates. So this is what I actually think about the whole scenario. And also in chapter 861, Pudding gets angry with Sanji and says that she will kill him. And bad interpretation of this would be, she will kill him right now because she is ultimately gonna kill him anyway. And the good interpretation of this would be, Pudding means to say is, even after getting aware of this situation and after lots of hints, he still falls for me. I'm so angry that I might just kill him. So these 2 statements are just similar and also different in the same way. So I don't know that how to express these things, but you get what I mean, right? And there are also theories that Pudding might be allied with Beach. So keeping that in mind, what if after Beach took Peckums from Sunigo, the one who wrote the message to turn back was Pudding? Well, we just can't be sure about anything at all at this point in time, but we'll get to know about it in the near future. So if Pudding has to be good and Pudding isn't evil at all and she is in opposition of Big Mom, what would be the consequences of this thought? Pudding might be able to free herself from the hands of Big Mom. And she doesn't like Big Mom. Her being the key to read the poneglyphs is the only reason why Big Mom pampers her so much. With this thought in mind, she might rebel against Big Mom. And another consequence that might occur is Pudding will be then able to find her own husband just as Lola. And another one, Pudding might straight away marry Sanji and leave the Whole Cake Island with the Straw Hats or something along those lines. And the final thing that might support this thought is, not even once Sanji felt that Pudding is lying. Sanji has strong sense of women's feelings and can get to know that what's happening. And you can take Robin and Viola for an example. Robin in Enies Lobby and Viola in Dressrosa. But there are some things that I wanna keep into your mind. Pudding is having memory fruit, alright? There is always the possibility that she can edit anyone's memory and whole story can be turned upside down due to this devil fruit ability. So I don't know that what actually Pudding is plotting, but according to me, she is ultimately planning to take down Big Mom, or if not take her down, then somehow leave Whole Cake Island. And also keeping in mind that Oda is a very detailed author and he loves to amaze the readers. There are always unexpected situations and twists in the narration. Even the most attentive readers can get deceived by how Oda writes the things. So as an example, you can take the unexpected situation that was Big Mom's weakness. And what Big Mom's weakness is? Photo of Mother Caramel. No one even came close to predicting that this might be the weakness of Big Mom, or that Shanks would disrupt the Marineford War. So you get what I mean, right? Oda doesn't step back for confusing his readers. This is how good Oda's writing is. So according to me, the strategy that Oda is following, he portrayed Pudding to be as a good character, and then we get to know that she is bad. And then in a certain chapter, in chapter 859, we get the feeling that she might be good, yeah. But in the next to next chapter, in chapter 861, we again get to know that no, she's bad. But what if? What if we get revealed to that she actually is good, but every bad thing that she has done is for doing something good in favor of Sanji and in favor of Straw Hats? That would just totally flip my mind upside down, and I just can't think of anything that might happen, but I'm certainly having a couple of thoughts in my mind that I would be expressing in the video next day probably. And there were so many lack of uploads in the past day, and that was because my computer was not just working properly, and that's why I wasn't able to make any kind of video or so. And that's all for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know your thoughts in comment section down below that what do you think, whether Pudding is good or whether she is evil. And let me know that why do you think that, and share this video with your friends and whoever watches One Piece, and subscribe to my channel for more One Piece content. And as always, guys, I'm the Thing, and I'll see you in the next one.